Okay, in last session we see how to check the memories consumed by the processes or CPU resources consumed by the processes. In this session we will see how to check all the processes which are running. So it's like running processes and how they are running. Okay. So as I told you earlier, like everything is managed by files here, okay, in the form of files. So there's one command lsof, okay. So basically this means list open files, okay. So list open files means it lists information about the processes, about the files opened by processes running on the system, okay. So whichever process is running, it open one file, so it will provide the description or definition or like detailed of this process. So in
Okay.
this file it contains, so like as it Linux treat everything as file, so it include network sockets, pipes, devices. So this like this command is powerful for tracking the resources or processes. So in future even this is the only command on which you can rely to check the processes. Okay.
Okay, man.
Once I press enter, so these all are the running processes. If you see
So many.
so many, okay. So if you see these are the all the processes, but you won't need to check like this. Why? Because these mostly of the process these most of these processes are system processes, okay, which you don't need them. So the processes which runs for our uses are the ones which are running on some port, okay. So the process, so these are too many things there. So
Yes, man.
here let me go through them one by one, even though these won't be needed ever for you, but you should at least know the purpose of these outputs. So as clearly mentioned, this is the command which is running, okay. These are the commands. This is the process id, this is the user who ran it. FD is file descriptor. So type and access modes like current working directory, write mode, text. Okay, so these are the those things. Like it is like reg regular. So okay, these are the types now. So unknown. So this is not known. What is this? If I scroll below, okay, reg. So these are the regular commands. These are the regular file. So this is file type is sorry, this reg. This is the regular. Dir is the directory. Okay. So if you see here, it is clearly mentioned as slash. Slash denotes directory. Chr is character. So it is used for some character purpose. Unix is there. So this is like these are denoting Linux part. So these much processes are there which are like you won't need them ever, okay. So these are just for your like description. So device numbers, size of file or offset into the file. So these processes, if you see permission denied throwing error, so these won't show anything there. But if you comes here, then these are these details like file size and then the device number. So
Device.
these are device like hardware device numbers which are of no use. Then we have node number here, and then the name. Name denotes the name file of name of file, okay, or the mount point. So these all are the files, but these are somehow showing for open and read permission denied. But if you see here, these are the files. So this is bash. So bash is running. This is the file. These all are the files. This is the directory. Okay.
Okay. What is the node number?
Sorry.
Node number.
This one. So inode number, let's come to the top. Okay. So inode number is again like it is related to internal hardware. Okay, so we have nodes there on the kernel, so it denotes the node number from that's kernel only. Okay, but the useful thing now, it if I comes to the useful part of this command, so that is lsof hyphen I. Okay, it is not showing anything. If I do sudo lsof hyphen I, so if you run this, it will show the network connections started by this user ubuntu.
Okay.
Okay, if I run, if I run this ls sudo lsof, it will show everything.
Okay.
Okay, so if
Every
you
connections, not only Ubuntu, but
all
every
the
other
connections
user.
which are all the network connections, so you will need it every time. So see, any process which we runs as a network process. Okay, it will consume some port, it will definitely consume some port, and that is the most important part which you need to cover. You will need to check, okay, this process is running and it is running on this port. You won't need these
Okay.
things. Why would you need these things? This is your IP of local, so why to check where it is? It is definitely running on this VM only. Okay, localhost, these IPs, so these are for this VM only. HTTP, HTTPS, these could play some part, but again, here HTTP and HTTPS, if you know the ports like SSH port is 22, HTTP is 80, then you are like successful here. But even if you want to check it in the numeric numbers, then there's one separate command. So but yeah, like this is the command which you can use. But after this, there are few other commands which I'm going to run. So this is for listing all the network connections. Okay, now for listing all the processes, listing the process, specific process, what you can do, hyphen p, and then the process id. So if I want to put this one only 2324534. Okay, so these all services are running for same process ID. And why same? Because these command is same, process ID is same, just these node and these like files are different. So SSH, so over this SSHD, we have multiple processes running. Okay, but process ID is same. Why? Because our the like library or the CLI tool, this SSHD, it is same and run by same user. Now the most important command you have to remember is hyphen I hyphen p and pipe grab listen. Okay, so this is the command every DevOps engineer should know. Okay, once I press this, so these all are the processes which are running, and here you can clearly see the process port over which it is running. Okay, SSHD is running. So SSHD is basically I did SSH inside our this machine. That's why these processes are there. Okay, Nginx is one of those web application reverse proxy or like setting up the web applications, static web applications. So Nginx is running at what port? Port 80. Okay. Then I have this system D. This system D will keep running on port 53. This is operating system based application. So you don't need to check. So the major things you need to check is apart from system D and SSHD. If you did SSH, then SSG and system DR. Apart from that, whichever port is there, it means those are the services running on your machine, and those
Okay.
are ran by you, not by a kernel itself. So these are the external processes. So Nginx is running, and MySQL is running only. Okay, so these it is running on two different ports. So two different replicas will be running. Now the question arises, why do you need it? Okay, so let's suppose you ran nginx over your machine, but now you want to know whether it is running or not. So this is among one of the way to check. If it is showing there, it is showing listen there, listen, okay, it
Okay.
means it is currently running. Same for MySQL. If it is listening, if it is listening on port 3308, it means it is running. So there listening means, listen means it is listening on port 80, which means it is accepting the traffic or events over port 80. Okay, so here star means, here now star, you can see star and you can see this 127001. So what star means from everywhere. Okay, so this could be like from your IP address as well, but here it is showing 127 localhost. But yeah, in this case, in case of VMs, it will definitely, like, once you open the port, it will host it over that public IP as well. So in term of Linux, there are few scenarios where we can block it. Okay, like we can only allow this from our local system 127.0.0.1 colon 3306. Okay, this is not allowed because this is anyways database port,
Okay.
port used by database. That's why it is saying that HTTP connection is not allowed. But yeah, so I was saying that sometime it's like this is only allowed to accept the traffic from 127.0.0.1, which means localhost. This IP is for localhost. Okay,
Mm.
while this means star means from the public IP as well. So for this public IP, if I check the public IP of this Amazon machine, okay, so this is the public IP. So if I do call 306, okay, so it is not running. But if I do curl 80, it gave us the response, even though it gave the response that 502 bad gateway. But this is due to the application running, not due to this network policy. Okay, so here it means it will only expose over 127 store dot 0.0.1, while here means over all internet for this private public IP.
Mm.
Okay, so just remember this command, just keep note of this command. Apart from that, sometime what happens, this command is not working on your machine and you are not able to install it as well. So this is kind of CLI, LSOF, and you are not able, so you can use netstat as well. Now if you see netstat is not available here.
Mm.
To install the netstat, it's suggested and it is correct as well. We can run this command. We would need to do apt update, but yeah, it is working without that. Okay, I have to run something which is of very less use. Okay, now if I do netstat, okay, so if you see, it is showing processes: proto, request, receive, proto, receive, send. Okay, local address, foreign address, state. So here now, foreign addresses are different. Now proto is protocol, TCP or UDP or what is there, Unix, whatever is there. Okay, so
Okay.
receive in queue. So data queued for receiving. How much data queued for
Oh,
receiving? Zero.
zero.
Data queued for sending. There are, for this SSH, data is in queue. Rest for rest, no data is in queue. Local address,
Mm.
local endpoint colon port. So this is definitely your machines are local port this 192 this. Foreign address, these are the remote endpoints. So these are the remote endpoint for specific service, and this is state, whether it is established or listen or received or sync or like whatever it is.
Mm.
Now, and here PID is no, PID is not there. ID node. Again, I node is there, that in node. Okay, on which node
Mm.
it is running. Now the command which is helpful in term of net stat is net stat hyphen tulpn. You can write this tulpn in any way. You just need to put all these flags. tulpn should be there in any way. Now if you see again, it is of same kind of same.
Listen.
Okay.
Mm.
Now net stat. So here if you see ports are there again. 0, 80, 22, 33060, this 53. So again here you can know,
Mostly the same ports.
yeah, here you can add that grapplition as well. That is tunnel p hyphen grapplition. So these all are the processes which are running. In earlier one in LSOF you were able to know the processes as well, at least the service name. But here you won't be able to see. You will be able to see protocol here, on which protocol it is, and then these details. Okay, it like which
Okay.
port is in use. So you will definitely know later on, like okay, I am 3306, so MySQL is there.
Okay.
33060, this is not specific for MySQL, but if you are running two MySQLs, then you have to run them on different port, because two applications can't run on same port. Okay, so that's why you
Okay.
are running it on 33060. One more is there, that is ps-aux. So first of all, ps-aux, what it do is, there's some like ps defines the information about the active processes, and
Okay.
aux is again the flag like tulpn or that lsof hyphen I hyphen p hyphen n. So A denotes all users, U denotes in user oriented format, like for a specific user wise, and then X include processes which are not attached to this terminal. So if I press with this, if you see, these all are the processes which are running. One benefit of using this is it will tell you the whole process, whole command which you ran. Okay, so
Okay.
sometime let me, so okay, first cover this one. So here you see
Brother,
user, yeah.
what is the difference between this is also showing the users, no, processors, and we also use the sudo lsof minus p.
Yes, yes, no difference is there. See,
Apparently, yeah.
little difference is there. That's to what I'm coming. So if you see here, it is showing user, it is showing process ID again, CPU and memory consumption it is showing. Okay, here again virtual memory size it is showing. This is the resident memory size, which is non-swapped memory. Okay, and this TTY is terminal type associated. So this is question mark. So TT, so this question mark means like it doesn't know to which terminal it is associated. So these are not the, these all commands are ran by a terminal, so no detail is there. But these commands TTY1, TTYSO, so these are PTS. So current, our current this terminal is PTS. Okay, so terminal type is PTS. So these are different type of terminals, and then we have this stat. So this is same process running. Okay, like status. So status is like interrupted, running, sleeping. S for sleeping, interruptible. I for uninterruptible. S for sleep again. R for running. So if you go bottom R, R is there. R plus running on this current process. So R plus means foreground process. Foreground means you just ran it and it pop up on the top. So I ran ps aux and it gave me some output. Okay, it means it gave me some output. It ran on foreground. If some process is there, if I if I set up some cron job, it will run it in the background. Okay, so it won't show plus there. Now this is the start time, like when it got started. So these are the times. So March 11. Okay, 00, and these are the timings when it started. So 6:38 today, 6:38, 6:34. These all processes started today. These are the timings. Okay,
Okay.
and this is a command. So this is one of the important part here. So let's suppose you want to know what command is running for which process. Okay, for which port what command is running. So what you can do lsof. Okay, you did this lsof I think. This you can grab for nginx or for sql id this process id. Okay, bro, so 2324588 process id is this. Now you can search for that. 2324588, right? No,
Yes.
this one. So this was the command which got ran for this MySQL, for starting the MySQL. So here you can see, okay, MySQL exists inside user bin and then MySQL d. So
Yes.
it got ran for this. Now again for nginx, what we did. Nginx is 2324549. 2324549. 2324549. Five seven four eight four nine. Okay, so 4547 could be there. It's not visible somehow there. I need to check that. Okay, it could be like we ran it is in the background directly by systemctl. That's why it is not visible here. But it should be there. Either it is not running. So there's some issue with nginx part. Okay, but yeah. So this is the way like you can track these things, track the processes. Do you have any doubts?
No, brother.
Okay, so this was all about processes. Okay,